but all the primaries are important. A lot of times they'll be like, well, you don't have enough electoral votes, we don't care about your state. But the fact of the matter is, all the votes do count. So the more people we can get to hop on, even if by the time our primary comes up and Bernie's already got in the basket, whatever, we still need to get people out there because we still have to get people to the primary. So the more you share your page and hop on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, I don't care. All the social media you can, and then talking to all your friends face to face really helps. I've kind of seen the power of social media through some hobbies that I've gotten into. I'm a Supernatural fan, I'm sorry. If anybody watches Supernatural, but I've seen a lot of these actors raise a lot of money for charity just using social media, and it's a very big power. And I know ESU kids are really familiar with that because that was what you grew up with was social media and how that all works. So we really need to lock into that and use that to get a hold of as many people we can.
And speaking of social media, actually, I saw some of you taking pictures. Sorry.
Nice segue.
If you are going to be putting the pictures on social media through Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, please use hashtag AZForBernie or use hashtag Bernie 2016 so that once we can put them all together and we can have a force behind Arizona because we need to stick together. There's probably millions of us, but there's only a few of us in this room. It should be 100 people in here, not 50.
And also, if you can, upload them to the event page because we invited 400 people so they all see what's going on with the event. If you don't mind, I know some people may not want to have their pictures out there, but if you don't mind, upload them, post them, tag them, send them out wherever you can, and just kind of say, hey, this was a kind of last minute thing and we got all these people. So we're becoming a force to be reckoned with. So definitely kind of make up, the more coverage he gets, the more we talk about him, the more interest it's going to generate. So I know there's a lot of us. So I'm going to go around the room really quick. If you want to kind of real brief name, why you're here, and what city you're from, be cool. If you don't want to talk to red people, that's cool too. I know it's not everybody does. So I'm going to start right here because you're right next to me. Should pick the teacher's seat.
I'm Margaret. I am a grad student at ASU, lifelong involved in politics to one degree or another. I'm here because for me, it was really, has always been an issue that candidates seem to cater center, maybe a little to the right, in my opinion, and it's refreshing and I think about time that someone like Bernie has come along and spoken up for what many of us do agree with, and I love it. So I'm here.
Well, Brandon, that looks so you're next.
I'm Brandon. I'm Lee from ASU. Bernie's the first person that talks and doesn't sound like absolute crap. So it's here.
Yes, for not sounding like crap.
I'm Joe. I live in Tempe. I'm a student at ASU. I'm here because I was really active in politics pretty much ever since I graduated. I've occupied meetings a lot. And this is the first politician I've seen in a long time that I actually want to support fully. So I want to get started here and make guys do the best we can.
Senior year of high school.
I just want to make sure we speak up because there's people on this side of the room that can't hear.
And we're broadcasting live.
My name is Trent. I live in Levine, and I've been involved in Democratic politics about 4 years. My first gig was as an organizer on Bernie Sanders' campaign. And I'm here because I think Bernie Sanders, I think he's the only candidate that will seriously take out wealth inequality.
Nice. We'll go with the back. There you go.
Hey, I'm Ben. I'm a freshman at ASU, and at 17, so this is my first game getting involved in it. And I like Bernie Sanders because he's a socialist.
Nice. Awesome. Go ahead. We'll go back and forth.
Okay, I'm Melissa. I'm a junior at ASU. I'm getting involved because I think Bernie is one of the first parents who really speaks up about the issue of big banks, money in politics, and I love that he can't be bought. So.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
I'm Jonathan. I am from Tempe, but I go to school in Kingston, Pennsylvania. I'm getting involved because I pretty much agree with Bernie on everything, and we need to get that change.
Nice. Awesome. Awesome. Go ahead, man.
I'm Betsy. I live in Mesa. I feel like we need a change desperately, and Bernie owns that.
Awesome. Nice. Go ahead.
I'm Cameron. I'm Anthony coming from at ASU and AZForBernie because I heard about it before, so I was like, Bernie was something. Because he's like very much more progressive and
Awesome. Go ahead.
I'm Fred. I live in Gilbert, a Republican stronghold, unfortunately.
We'll turn it purple. We'll turn it purple.
Like you, I was an independent recently, but I didn't want to vote Democratic contributions this year. I support Bernie because Bernie will bring honesty and clarity to the debate. He'll be able to express the ideas that a lot of other candidates are afraid to because he's not afraid. I admire his courage and great perseverance, and when he wants to bring to America and what works in Europe and other parts of the world, it's like we need to get caught up with the rest of the world.
Awesome.
We need to stop being
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Ned Early. I've been a political junkie. I've lived in Phoenix since '62. Started in politics as a teenager. I was doing door-to-door for Bobby Kennedy.
Nice.
Then they shot Bobby, and I started working for Team McCarthy. The first time I voted for president was in 1972. I voted for George McGovern. It was the proudest vote I ever cast in my life. Wonderful man. About 2 years ago, I started hearing about this guy named Bernie Sanders. Who is this guy? I mean, everything that he says, I agree with.
Yeah.
And I wish he would run for president.
That's your wish.
Yeah.
Awesome.
My name is Michelle. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. I do graphic design, so I'm hoping to help around with that kind of stuff with this campaign. The reason why I love Bernie, I kind of heard about him a couple months ago, saw his speech in Wisconsin, and then even the person that introduced him captivated me to the point where these are my beliefs. This is what I've been believing since I had beliefs or could possibly have them, and there is someone that is accurately representing what is going on.
Awesome.
Hi, my name is Dylan. I heard about Bernie, I think, on Jon Stewart's show.
We're going to miss him. It's already too soon.
To see Riley introduce Bernie into the race, it was typical sarcasm. I haven't been involved in politics too strongly until recently. I did vote in the midterm elections, which was the first election I voted in. I am going to vote in the Phoenix elections that are coming up this year. Our very wonderful mayors are the election. So yeah, I got involved. I actually started a little group, a few people from Reddit that I pulled together, and I'm see if I can make an impact.
Nice. Awesome.
I'm Gail Martelli. I was born in Phoenix, live in Tempe. I've been involved in several grassroots things, the Make 'em Recall, the Safe View group, and I feel that same energy swelling up here. I mean, I just can feel that something positive is going to happen here. And so I want to be a part of that, and I want to work with the ASU group because I love the energy, and I'm so excited about Bernie and Tempe.
Hi, my name is Ron. I live in Scottsdale. I've done grassroots about 8 years ago. It's the first time. You get close to now 7. With a guy from New York. I was born against always planning. Most people do get in prayer and all the see Democratic establishment told this thing. You ain't got to take full of this. Really? Seriously? Let's do it 2 times. Okay, and that's what this is. This is grassroots. This is change. This is us. This isn't anybody else telling us what to do. It's us telling nobody. And then as we pull together as a team, whether we're students from high schools, from colleges, from all walks of life, whether we're PDA or not, we are burning this campaign right now. This is it. This is what we're doing right here, right now. So I'm going to step up.
Did we title it Bernie?
You guys want to step up? Let's make it happen.
Hi, I'm Melanie Brown, and I also remember as a teenager getting involved with George McGovern, you know, Jackson in 1988, and that was really exciting. And really, I haven't been motivated since record like you. He speaks to, you know, the issues that are really important. So I'm happy to be here and help out however I can.
And you had a house party.
Huh?
And you had a house party a couple of weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, we had a house party. We raised close to $1,000, got people signed up. And so we think that's how it's going to be done. If people hear our parties and get the word out. To Don's point, you know, that's how we're going to start doing the grassroots movement here in Phoenix.
Sweet.
Awesome.
My turn?
Yes.
Okay, I'm Steve Muratori. I write the Arizona Egalitarian Law.
Oh, okay.
And if you're not familiar with it, you probably should get that. But I've been a Bernie fan for many years. I don't know if Dan mentioned it, but we had, or anybody else, in February of 2012, Bernie came out for a fundraiser for the Arizona Advocacy Network, and I was able to raise a bunch of money and got to sit with John Nichols at that event, and it was just a tremendous time. And I've been sold on Bernie ever since, well, probably before. We're going to make it happen. I like what Don said. This is not them telling us what is possible. This is us telling them what's going to happen and making it happen. Good.
I'm Chris Fleischman. I've been involved in presidential and other politics since trying to get George Bush out of his second term. But since then, I've been involved in a lot of legislative races and trying to get Joe Ohio out, and that's worked really well too.
One day.
Bernie, since started the Air America Radio, started having him on Tom Hartman's show every week before he was even a senator, and they called him America's congressman because he's not in the party, not really owning either party or corporations. And then when he became a senator, Tom Hartman called him America's senator. Still did not belong to either party, he belonged to the people. So that's what I think a socialist president would bring to the country. And so that's why I support him. I just believe when he says what he believes in, and I don't believe other presidential candidates in either party when they say what they
Hi, I'm Joey. Live in Central Phoenix, one of the only blue areas in
Hey, Tempe's fairly blue because you got ASU there. We're in the blue spot.
Generally,
True.
makes one of the
True. Yes. Yes.
Well, first, before I say one here, I have to touch on something. I heard today, like, I feel that something big is going to happen, right? Something wonderful. That's already happening. I mean, look, Bernie Sanders is exploding right now. He really is. He's giving the most attended speeches of any candidate. He's already had more donors than Obama had at this point 8 years ago. So something's happening. Why am I here? Because our current president ran on this agenda of, I'm going to break up this corrosive system, I'm a visionary. And I think Bernie Sanders is the only one who will actually do that. Yep. So that is why I am supporting Bernie Sanders. He's the only one who represents the people. He's the only one who's going to change this.
Hi, my name is Patrick. I'm a school worker here for Tempe, but regularly I do higher ed policy. And I was always a big fan of Bernie, but when he showed up randomly to one of our protests outside the Capitol in D.C., and he comes up to us, and we had this crazy idea of free education, and he comes up to us and he says, you know, I'm going to propose that. And we're like, oh, okay. Ever since then, I was like a Bernie fan all the way. So, yeah.
I'm Don Sanders. I didn't know what
Sounds like a good last name.
And 47 years ago, I was a campaign agent Eugene McCarthy in the 68 primaries. And that was a life-changing experience when I was 23 years old. And I'm for Bernie because his priorities are my priorities.
Our table in the corner. Go for it. Oh, sorry.
My name is Lisa Amigo. I'm an immigrant from Argentina. I cannot vote actually yet, but Bernie came from a family of immigrants, and he supports immigrants and value and respect women, and I support him for that.
I'm Adrienne Decker-Delgado. I'm a social worker at Maricopa County Public Health. And tuition is my biggest issue. And if we don't have, we aren't going to get to maintain our democracy if fewer and fewer of our population can't afford to go to school and critically think. My fear is we're going to be, electing people who are like really, really crazy, even in comparison to the guys now. So that's my big thing is free college tuition for everyone. Awesome, right?
Hi, my name is Elijah. I'm 17, and this is my first campaign that I'll be supporting.
Nice. That's the youth for Bernie.
I support Bernie because I think that he was just the most sincere out of all the candidates.
Hi, my name is Jesse. I'm here with my wife, Adrienne, and we've been following Bernie for several years, mainly on the television, and we've always admired what we perceive to be his sincerity. And more recently, we've been doing research on him, and like you said earlier, he's been saying the same thing, for 30 years. And my biggest pet peeve is taking big money out of politics. Bernie's the only one who's even mentioned, public financing of campaigns. And I feel that if we don't do that, anything else we do, it is like shuffling the decks on the Titanic. Because money will always find a way to, cause corruption. That's it.
My name is Jeannie Hayden. I have the most involved I've ever been in politics is that I've voted in every election since I turned 18. But I've never wanted to get involved in any other way, and I think it's kind of funny because I'm of an older generation, but I learned about Bernie through Facebook. And what I found was that I'm going through my Facebook feed and I'm going like, who's this guy? You know? And it was either like for Bernie Sanders or like for Elizabeth Warren, and it's like, who are these people? I mean, I don't mean to, I'm not an unintelligent person, but I was just involved with whoever was, you know, I knew about our people here in Arizona and I knew about the president, but I didn't know about Congress people in other states. And so I remember saying to somebody, you know, a while ago, well, I like Hillary, okay, she's probably going to be our candidate, but man, if Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren would just run, and then he did. So I decided that that was an omen and I needed to get involved.
And can you guys? I'm Aniko Nolan. I go by NC, and I'm here for the same reason, to get corruption out of government. And we are broadcasting live through Bernie2016.tv.
Yeah, cool.
Hi everyone, I'm Valen Sista. I'm a student at Chandler Gilbert Community College. I was actually just a part of and helped organize the tuition equity campaign in Arizona for students with deferred action. I support Bernie because not only am I a student, but I'm also undocumented. And for me and my family, he's always supported us and he's always been there. When we needed deferred action, he was there to support us. When we needed help with the refugee children, he was there and he said that was wrong, that we needed to help them. When we needed support for the DREAM Act, he was there in elevators speaking to dreamers, telling us that he supported us. So that's why he needs to win, because he cares about everybody, not just people who were born here. And that's very important in a candidate. And now Dan O'Neill is
Totally stoked by the numbers here and the passion for this room. My name is Dan O'Neill. I'm the state coordinator for Progressive Democrats of America. PDA eats, sleeps, and drinks and breathes Bernie Sanders. We've been doing it for a long time. I've been doing PDA for 10 years. This is our most exciting, crazy, you can't believe it type of campaign that we've been involved in. I'm going to talk a little bit later about the relationship. Maybe I could just go on. But
Segue. This is Daniel from PBA. He's going to talk about this stuff.
Personally, I've been involved in politics for well over 45 years. Ned, is it?
Yes.
Ned and I kind of, are copacetic in that. And I've never been involved in a campaign that I'm so excited in that has been so unique. It's been something that is just like galvanized, and I think what Joey said, there's something big happening. So I'm glad everybody's here. I'm going to pull up this stool because I'm a bad need. And so it's okay for me to go ahead and...
Yes, yeah,
So I was told to make this as brief as possible because I tend to go on forever.
Yes.
And Chris knows. But anyway, I was talking to myself.
That was my answer.
Here's the deal. Progressive Democrats of America, 18 months ago, got a hold, our National Director, Tim Carpenter, got a hold of Bernie Sanders and his people and said, hey, what do you say if we run a campaign to encourage you to run for president? What do you think? And he said, well, a lot of people have been asking me to do that. Yeah, if I do, it's going to take a lot of effort. It's going to be it has to be a grassroots. It has to be something from the bottom up and not the top down. And yeah, let's take a look at it. So we started a campaign, Bernie Run, and run as a Democrat. There were other people friends of ours, maybe to the left of us or in a different organizations and groups, that were encouraging him to run also, but to run as an independent. As you know, he's an independent socialist for Vermont. And he's not a Democrat in that sense. But he decided to jump in the race a couple months back ago, and we are just stoked by it. We, a year ago, in Massachusetts gave him a big box with a petition of 15,000 people encouraging him to run as a Democrat. And then he went on a national tour, and he was all over the place talking to people about it, and he finally jumped in the race. So, again, this is where we're at. And it's gone beyond our wildest dreams, and I'm sure other people too. But I was with Bernie Sanders a year ago in Massachusetts, and I would never in my wildest dream think we would be where we're at today. So it's very exciting. Here's what's happening. Bernie Sanders has about $15 million. Hillary's got, I don't know, 100 million or whatever she's got.
And then Bob, do you have money?
She's got a lot more. Yeah. She's got a lot more, and the more Wall Street connections, the more she's going to get. Bernie's going to take his $15 million and he's going to concentrate on Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, and Nevada. Those are the first 4 primary states. If he does well in those states, more money comes in, more action, more the campaign just takes off, and finally, hopefully, it will blossom into a groundswell and what Bernie calls a political revolution, and that's exactly what we need. So those 4 states are primary. Then after that, on March 1st is what's called Super Tuesday, and there's like 18, I don't know how many, there's a whole bunch of primaries all on one day. And it's almost impossible for a candidate to be in 18 states all organized. But he has to concentrate on those first 4 because he has to do well in those first 4. That's where PDA comes in, and other organizations like PDA. We're not the only one. But PDA has decided to, in areas and states and cities where we're strong, and where Bernie will not, that campaign will not be concentrating, we will then take the mantle and run with it. So in Arizona and California and in Florida and in Virginia and in Washington and Texas, the places where we have strong chapters, we are running independent of the national campaign, Bernie's special national campaign, a People for Bernie campaign. And we call, here in Arizona, we call it Arizona for Bernie Sanders 2016. So that's it in a nutshell. Now, a lot of people say, what does that mean? How come you're not tied to the campaign? We're separate. Because of Federal Election Commission rules, we are a PAC that is raising money separately to promote Bernie, all of the things that, flyers, bumper stickers, stuff like that, to promote Bernie in areas where he can. And we call it a suicide PAC, because when Arizona comes into play, we will kill the PAC and then turn everything over to the Bernie Sanders campaign. When he comes into play in other states, we kill the PAC and turn everything over to them. And our people in Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, and Nevada are working directly with the campaign. So it's a win-win for everybody. So that's kind of the relationship. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we're kind of, PDA is kind of, it sounds like you guys are kind of piggybacking off of the national campaign. They're doing their thing for the early primaries, and then we're kind of building up a reserve so that when he does come here, we can be like, here, we're all set, we've got a network, we've got everything for you.
And it's not corporate money.
Yeah,
that's the main thing.
Money. Show up, do your speeches, we will pack everything for you.
Infrastructure, right. So when he comes into Arizona. So after Super Tuesday, if he does well, if he's still up there, which we know he will be, then Arizona does come into play because our primary, our presidential preference primary, get this clear now because on the Facebook and internet there's a lot of confusion. There is a presidential preference primary, not a, I'm going to say it again, a presidential preference election. If you say primary, it totally confuses people. It's a presidential preference election, and it's March 22nd. You have to be registered as a Democrat to vote in that PPE. If you're not, if you're independent, you can't vote because it's a party-centric. The Republicans have theirs, the Democrats have theirs, the Greens have theirs, okay, if they want. We're encouraging Greens to re-register as Democrats, independents to re-register as Democrats. If they want to later, I don't care what they do, they can go back. But register as a Democrat by February 22nd so that you can vote for Bernie Sanders. So the word should go out. If you want to vote for Bernie Sanders, you got to be registered as a Democrat by February 22nd. Clear?
I think you just, you posted that on one of your pages.
I posted that on a lot of pages, and it's
somewhere.
still confusing. Now there is a primary, it's not till August, and that is an open primary and you can choose. But
it doesn't include presidential
But the presidential candidate is not in August. That's right. It's everything else. Okay?
So you can't make elections easy.
I don't know if people should want to have questions or if I should just shut up right now.
Do you guys have any questions so far? I know that was a lot of folks gone.
Shut up.
What? A lot of times it's been said over and over that basically you're going to make some turn over to Bernie when the time comes. In 2008, when Obama won, okay, the reason he won was because of the grassroots. Nobody knew how to deal with us. Okay? And what happened was when Iowa came, when New Hampshire came, when South Carolina came, it wasn't just them. It was the entire United States came into play. People were calling from Pennsylvania, from New York, from Florida, from Georgia, everywhere else into New Hampshire. They bombarded. People moved to there. They attacked New Hampshire. They attacked Iowa. Hillary's campaign had no idea what to do with these people, let alone when McCain came along. He was totally lost. He didn't have a clue at all. And it didn't matter the amount of money because the amount of bodies was overwhelming. They were making calls 24/7 from all over the United States into those states and those primaries. Boom, 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 ongoing, kept going. So when you score a group here, it's almost like the old college thing, think globally, act locally. Well, this is think nationally, act locally. Okay? Part of it, you are part of the reason people win from the get-go. Because when time comes for Iowa to happen, Arizona steps up to the plate, picks up the phone, starts calling the people in Iowa on an ongoing basis to make up. You pick up the slack for the guys in Iowa who are actually going door to door and knocking on the door and saying, hey, come on, get in the car, we gotta go vote. Come on, get in the car, we gotta go vote. And so you pick up the slack, and that's what happens. That's really what it comes down to.
Let me just quickly underline what you just said. We have a national phone banking team that will be just doing that. We'll be getting people to call into those primaries, early primary states. So that's important. And since Nevada is an early primary state, we can extend all of the ASU and young people to Nevada for a week and knock on doors. So there's a lot of things we can do. Okay. What? Absolutely, yeah. In fact, we have an Blue account where we split it with the National Campaign and the PDA. After the National.
And then, I'm sure most of you will know, Bernie has his own Blue page too, which I think I broke. It wasn't working, and they're like, "No, it's not broken." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, it's not working." But so you can always go to the BernieSanders.com Blue page. And he's really sneaky with his Blue page because he sends out those emails asking to sign petitions. It takes you right to your donation. I'm like, sneaky Bernie. So, but anyway, speaking of active social media, she and her friends want to talk about some of the Facebook stuff.
So we're going to have Patrick and Joey come up here with your team help on this. So I know that we've been talking a lot about, oh, we love Bernie. He's so awesome. He supports everything that we want. This is what we want. But we need to do something to get him to where he needs to be for this to actually work and for him to win the election. And a huge part of that is going to be social media. So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And so far, we already have 2 Facebook groups for Arizona. They are AZ Students for Bernie and Arizona for Bernie Sanders /2016. So I know you guys all have your phones out. It would be great if you can please start inviting your friends to like all of these pages. We need numbers.
Could you repeat those?
Yeah. It is AZ.
I'll post it to the event page.
No, let's do it right now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. we're going to post it to the event page. People can just click
I'll
on
do
it.
both. I'll repeat and she'll post.
Yeah.
So AZ students number 4 Bernie. And then the other one is Arizona for the word, not the number. Bernie Sanders / 2016.
Are you a separate group? Because I had another AZ students for Bernie page too.
Dash, sorry.
AZ, what was it? AZ for Bernie what?
AZ students for the number.
Arizona flag.
Arizona for Bernie Sanders. Dash. 2016. You guys got it?
I don't have the page link, but I'll just type it in here.
Okay, and now Patrick's going to go ahead and give us some info on those.
Yeah, so for the AZ Students for Bernie page, it was more so meant to help generate a feed, specifically targeting students that are like-minded here in Arizona. And I mentioned to some folks over there, what we're hoping to do is build that into a field internship for the next few months. So the last few weeks of August, when school kicks back, we'll do campuses and tabling at every campus. And then Joey will talk to one we're targeting. But then we'll build an internship around that that will end in December or January. So when his money comes into the state, or when we start doing all the field work in spring, all those people have been trained in everything from tabling to logging to everything. And we can send them to doors, to the Capitol, everything. And then after the primary, they can continue on to November or do some progressive issues. And then our page right now is only like at 300, but the big thing is to build that base for the internship. And then the outreach is like at 1,500. Yeah, it's like 1,500, 1,600. So that's how many folks are actually actively seeing it. And then we're going to be building other Bernie pages around identities and things like that, the way Obama had like Women for Obama and things like that, just to help build all these universes for voters.
We want to get so big that they can't ignore us, basically. That's what we need. And social media is free. He's not going to need to pay for those things. That's a way to mobilize people, to get them to show up to events, to find information on who he is. There's a lot of people who have no idea who Bernie Sanders is. And if we share those posts, everyone's on Facebook. They're going to see them.
Yeah, so we're going to be working at ASU Main, ASU Downtown, U of A, MCC, I believe.
MCC, NAU.
Yeah.
So we're targeting obviously the largest campuses first. Most progressive ones. I wouldn't count ASU Tempe as progressive, but it's one of the largest campuses, so you can do a lot of movement building there. I know NAU in Flagstaff there was a big event, so it's a good voter turnout district. Kirkpatrick's district is the highest student voter turnout, things like that. But Maricopa as a whole is like 85% of the active voter turnout, so we want to target a lot of the stuff here and build those teams.
And then kind of piggybacking off that, just so people who may not be into the nitty-gritty of Facebook, they keep changing the algorithms as to what you see. When you, like, say you have 400 friends and you only see like 30 people, that's because that's the ones you're most active with liking or whatever. So to make sure that the stuff keeps showing up on your feed, which then means everybody else sees it, is you have to kind of be active, liking those pages, commenting on the posts and stuff, because eventually if you're not, Facebook will go, you must not be interested, and stop showing it to you. So that's why sometimes you'll be like, well, why haven't I seen something this friend of mine's posted forever? And then you go to their feed and they posted all this stuff, but you don't see it. It's because maybe for a while you weren't commenting or liking their stuff, so Facebook just assumed you didn't care. Love Facebook. So make sure that you stay active with this stuff, because that way it'll keep showing up on your feed. Yes, sir.
Hashtag AZForBernie, the number 4?
Yes, the number 4.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give you guys something to do from tonight. If you guys could invite at least 15 to 20 of your friends to each Facebook page, please. And like it, and share it, and make sure everybody knows about it. And before we move on to something else, let's all take a selfie. Everybody smile.
Let's take a selfie. Let me do it with this thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Everybody smile.
Hey, everybody.
Yay!
Who do we want for president?
Yeah, so another problem, I know I've talked to some people about this, when you're sharing it on Facebook and things shy to bombard everyone because, like she said, it's limited. Usually it's like 15% of your universe. We bombard people, but the big thing right now is to help convince these quote-unquote establishment Democrats and your elected officials to stand behind Bernie or at least start talking about the real issues and do things like that, because that's been, I think, a big wall in Arizona. And then the voter registration problem. So for students, it's like 70% register independents. Because my regular job is with Arizona Student Association, we do voter reg mostly. And most students would say, you know, I hate both parties, independent. Basically. But
they're not conformists.
Yeah, but they're not going to be able to vote for Bernie at all, right? So that's the conversation we need to start having when we start registering people, or changing the registration all to fall. So yeah, keep that in mind.
And another thing added to that is, I know that a lot of people say, well, I'm not a citizen, I can't vote. That is something that's real and it happens. So even, like, just influence them, even if they can't vote. I can't vote, but I can influence 10 people to vote, and that means more than one. So it's really important that if somebody says, well, no, well, keep going. Keep pressuring them, because we need to keep going. It's just, no is not an answer. You need to be aggressive.
Students, all you have to do is be like, hey, do you want free college? Because,
just sign here.
Open
Okay,
with that.
we're good. Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. I know, just out of curiosity, show of hands, anybody here going to Netflix Nation? Okay, for those of you who don't, Netflix Nation, okay, for those of you who don't know what Netflix Nation is, and this is very, very short notice, it started kind of as a conglomeration of something Daily Cost and a lot of other groups started several years ago. It's basically a convention, political and very Democratic centered. Bernie's coming to it. It's what, the 14th through the 16th, I think? It's what's coming to this?
15th through the 19th.
There we go. 15th through, I'm not going, so I can work. But, so Bernie's going to be there. Elizabeth Warren is going to be there as a keynote speaker. Now, if you can't get in or something like that, I know that they are doing a live stream of it at the Crescent Ballroom. Now, do you have to have a ticket for Netflix to get into that? No. No? Huh? Yeah, go ahead, because I just kind of wanted to segue into that.
For those people, if you want to go to Netflix Nation, it's a 4-day conference in Phoenix, Pennsylvania. It's, like she said, it's a 3,000 activists, bloggers, writers, people with pockets. No, it's cool people, all progressives, and they come together once a year. Detroit last year, and the year before that. So, and they invite political activists and usually like-minded progressives, and a whole bunch of people. So on Friday the 17th, Elizabeth Warren is going to be speaking in the morning. On Saturday, Bernie Sanders is going to be in Phoenix with at a panel with Martin O'Malley, and there is at the Crescent Ballroom, 2 blocks away, a watch party. So if you don't have a ticket, please come to the watch party. Go on Facebook and you can check it out. It's on both of the Facebook pages that Belinda talked about. No charge. No charge, 10 a.m. in the morning. And the word is out that Bernie Sanders knows about the watch party. Woo! That means that Bernie Sanders will get in a car and drive over those 2 blocks and meet us there. He will be there and watch party afterwards. So, also the word is out that there will probably be some type of big event, fundraiser Saturday night. We don't know where yet, but it'll be free to the public, maybe Comerica, maybe somewhere at ASU. And the word is, when we find out, we're going to let everybody know. Okay?
I'll get you there.
Okay, I just want to say one real quick thing. Bernie2016.tv is looking for volunteers to do the same kind of stuff I'm doing here. Your friends, if you have a get together and you want to talk about Bernie, you can live stream it. Maybe you can put it on, and they broadcasted the speech from Wisconsin. So it's basically non-corporate media made by you.
So our tickets still available for that information?
Okay, tickets are available. You have to go to www.netrootsnation.org. Netrootsnation.org, and it's $200 for the 4 days if you're a Arizona activist resident. So go to that one. If you're a student, it's $100. So, and you get to see both Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders. What the hell?
Yeah, normally, I think it was like, or I think the regular price for non-Arizona residents was like $500. So they're giving us a pretty big discount if you live here. So it's a really cool thing. I think they've been out to Phoenix one other time several years ago, so they just kind of bounce it around the country. So if you can, I'd say go for it. You know, it's well worth the money. You get to see a lot of cool stuff.
It would really make a big difference, I think, if we had a lot of students taking a picture before Warren would leave, because some of them had left over there.
When did they leave? I thought they were just going to the right direction. Okay, so students, go to the banner. Students and young people.
Students and young people, go to the banner. Not you, not you. Chris wants a picture.
Awesome.
Can you come right in front of the bar?
That's awesome.
Yeah, they want to see the birdie.
And then
crouch down. There we go. Yeah, grab chairs, sit down. Is this fun? Oh, perfect. Perfect. All right. 1, 2, 3.
No birdie.
Yeah. Nice. Awesome. Everybody got a picture?
One more.
Okay.
Okay, on the first pose.
That was like that there. I think we're good. And then there's a lot of ways to kind of get, like they were talking about volunteering for the student organizations. You can also host house parties or set up something like this, like I did. If you don't have a house, you can have a ton of people over. And you know, I basically just threw this page up and I got all this response. So if you just want to throw it up, create a Facebook page, invite your friends, and have something similar to this happen, you know, with people you know in your own house or wherever, that will get a lot of the word out too. It really is about just reaching out to people that you know. I mean, of course, I don't know any of these until tonight, so now I have like 50 new friends.
Make sure to sign in. Make sure to sign in.
But so if you guys want to kind of keep spreading that word out, a house party is probably the easiest way to do it. Because I know sometimes like talking at work about politics is like, so if you know people,
my first time
you want to invite them to
broadcasting,
something,
sorry.
you can piggyback it onto something else. Like if somebody's doing some sort of fundraiser or somebody sells Tupperware or whatever, if people still do that, I don't know. But you can kind of combine a bunch of things and have a house party and really have a bunch of people over, just kind of have a fun night and kind of educate people. So the more people, I think the big thing that that Bernie is really benefiting from is because he's such a very straightforward candidate and a straightforward person, the more people hear about him and see his record, the more they're like, well, there's no logical reason not to be for him. So it's more of a question of just getting people to get the information. So you don't have to make a big deal about it. Just invite a bunch of people over. If you want Dan or some of the PDA guys to come and give you some of their brochures, you can always hook up with him. There's tons of flyers out there. I found some stuff off of Bernie Sanders movie, I think.com, and it has all these YouTube links of a bunch of speeches that he did. It had a bunch of memes, a bunch of just little different things you could post. and you can just kind of print that out and give it to people there, or get official stuff, either way you want to do it. The other thing, just real quick, I kind of got on a Facebook a call with a group that's in the East Coast, and they're trying to work out some sort of convoy thing, which I don't know how that's going to work, but I was thinking it might be kind of neat, especially students and stuff, if you start having house parties and you get a lot of people who are activists in it, if we could, graphic designer, create something that's like an Arizona for Bernie logo, and maybe sell car signs or print separate signs. Maybe we could run it through PDA and sell them through there so the money can go to help Bernie.
Great idea.
When people come to your house, like, hey, you're coming to my house party. Hey, stick this on your car. Hey, stick this on your car. Even if they don't have it when they're driving, if your whole in front of the entire front of your house is filled with Bernie cars, people are gonna be like, who's Bernie? What's going on? You know, it's basic marketing. The more people see it, the more they're gonna be like, well, what is this? So if maybe you can come up with something or something like that, post it to the page, make it a decent PNG, so we can just download it, post it or whatever. You can print stuff out. You can go to Cafe Press. There's a ton of sites where you can just upload a graphic, print stuff out, and whatever. You can just do it at home, you know, on a printer, and just tag people's cars. Well, not tag. We don't want to be tagging cars, but you know, when people are parked out, like, hey, can you just put this on your car so people see driving by that there's something going on, and it kind of gets them thinking. So. Same thing, you know, student dorm rooms, you can post it all in the rooms as well. So just a couple different ideas there. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to quickly, before people take off, say two things. One is house parties and the other is money. So is there anybody in the room that could do a house party? Wait a minute, we got to get some hands up. Now, let me just say, house parties are simple. Melanie, stand up quick. Melanie did a house party in her house. 30 people, 25 people showed up.
Yeah, it's a nice crowd. You can use Facebook, Twitter, social media, your email list. PDA will do some phone banking for your zip codes. So basically, you just got to choose a date, get a few of your friends to help you with hors d'oeuvres and drinks, and clean your house. And
clean your house.
That's the hard part. Ah! Clean one room of the house and the bathroom. That's it.
What we did is, with Melanie's house party, we raised over $700, $800, but we spun off several other house parties from her house party. So that's the kind of the crazy thing that's going to happen. So that and needs to happen. So if people want to do a house party, we will help you. We have a house party PDA statewide person who actually will walk you step by step through the house party, and we'll make sure that you have 20 people in your living room. Guaranteed. Because we will send an email out in a 30-mile radius of your house to make sure it happens or whatever. So raise your hand again if you think you can do a house party. Can we get something to write down those names quickly? We got 3 right here. 4. We got 4. We got Chris. Yeah. We got Milan. We got
lighting. Yeah. Okay.
Whose hat is this? That's mine.
Oh, okay.
Did somebody dim the lights?
Yeah, it's the mood light. It's from the restaurant. It's not a bad thing.
So anyway,
Mood lighting.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4 house parties. Any other house parties? Not yet. Maybe. All right. Well, that's good. 4 house parties is good. If you want to do a house party, you think about it later and you say, hey, that's a good idea. After you come to one of the ones here, because you're all going to get invited to one of these.
Taken care of, okay?
You can always get touch with us later, right?
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure we
The
got
second thing I want to say.
Okay, now I gave you mine, so I just want to make sure. Okay, cool.
Is in order to get banners, bumper stickers, flyers, and go all over the state promoting Bernie Sanders in the next 7, 8, 9, 10 months, we need money. So, does anybody in here have an uncle who has $100,000?
Anyone.
What? No, I'm serious. There are uncles out there with $100,000. Believe me, there are. Okay.
Yeah.
If there's anybody here, Melanie, can you pass these out?
I did.
Okay.
Everyone, I passed this out on your table.
If there's anyone out there that has an uncle that has $10,000 or $5,000 or $1,000. Or if you yourself can write a check for $100, like several people did at Melanie's house party, that will help push the campaign here in Arizona. So here's what you do. On the envelope, you got to put in the check, or write it out to PDA, Progressive Democrats of America. In the memo, put Bernie Sanders, or we want Bernie, or I feel the burn. Something that indicates that it's going to Bernie Sanders. Okay? All right, thank you.
Quick note, if you took pictures, upload it to the event, please, so that way we can share it all over.
I just
yeah.
Yeah, I got one more thing. So another way to get involved is to look up what legislative district you're in and go to their meetings. They have meetings once a month, the Democratic Party. And so you can invite the people that are there. You can also become a precinct committee person.
Yes.
That's a good way to get involved. And also the Democratic Party will be choosing their delegates next year. And those delegates pledge what presidential candidate they're going to support. And we want as many Sanders delegates as possible.
Absolutely right. We have 75 delegates that go to the convention in Philadelphia, and I would like people in this room to be a delegate for Bernie Sanders. Yeah. But the way to make that happen is, like the gentleman just said, we got to go to our LD meeting, and we got to get known, say, be proud, wear your Bernie t-shirt, your Bernie button, tell people you're for Bernie, bring flyers. There's more flyers on the table over here. And get active in your LD, because it's all about delegates to the convention when it comes down to it.
You'll be able to watch this on the link to the event page, and then of course on Bernie2016.tv, and we may use clips of it in segments when we broadcast. So thank you guys.
Yes, sir. To David's point about meeting with Democrats in legislative districts, we're right here in legislative district 26. If you go to ASU and live near ASU, you can get involved. You can look it up either on Facebook or on the internet at d26dems.org. And we have our monthly meeting is the second Tuesday of every month.
Can you post that on the event page? Can you post that on the event page too?
Yes. You post
Just
that
post that on the event page?
Yeah. And another note for the ASU folks, I'm also the vice president of the Young Democrats from Maricopa, so if you want to do more stuff, let me know.
He's like, I want to suck you all in.
Yeah,
just come here. All right. And yes, ma'am.
I just want to share a closing thought, and if other people have closing thoughts, that's okay. I think some of us are with PTA. I'm a member. I understand that some of us are in the Democratic Party rubric and structure, and that's important too. And some of us might want to just be grassroots activists and support the Bernie Sanders campaign, and we might not want to be in any of those formal structures. And I think that's starting to emerge in Phoenix as well. So that's okay, and we should be prepared that maybe once a month, people in all those different groups get together, have coffee, share the experiences, and let's just not worry about what group you belong to or bottle up the energy right now, and let's just build at the grassroots level. So it's my closing thought.
Good.
Awesome. I think we covered all the stuff. Any?
Thank you for putting this together.
My pleasure. We can hang out, mingle, whatever, but we kind of covered the agenda, I think.
Don't forget to pay your bills.
Yes, pay your bills, because I'm not paying it, so. I love you, but not that much. No, yeah, and all the stuff will be posted on the event page, so take a look and share what you can. Thanks all for coming.
Thank you. Bye.
Tweet it.
I'm going to cut it off now.
Yeah.